Today I'm thrilled and I'm honored to be spending time with Priscilla Almodovar, the CEO of Fannie Mae. She's about ready to celebrate 1 year in her new role. Welcome, Priscilla.
So great to be here. Thank you, Marcia.
I know how busy you are. I am thrilled to be able to bring you to the mPower community. So could you start by telling us, how did you get the role at Fannie Mae, and what was your career journey like that brought you there?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Look, it's a dream job to be the CEO of Fannie Mae. I've had a 30-plus year career in finance. I've had various roles. Started out as a lawyer doing project finance internationally, and about 20 years ago, took a leave of absence to work on a political campaign, to work on policy. Housing was one of the random topics that was assigned to me, and it literally changed the trajectory of my life. From there, I went on to run the New York State Housing Finance Agency. I then went to JP Morgan, ran 2 businesses in real estate and affordable housing, and then ran a social enterprise at Enterprise Community Partners, and now Fannie Mae. Got a call from a headhunter, and I think I've been one of those lucky people. I think there are many of us in our industry that once you find housing, and there's so many aspects of it, we make a career and we have different seats across the journey. So 20 plus years, been doing housing and super happy. It resonates with me. Housing very personal to me, and being at Fannie Mae is a real privilege.
And one of the most powerful seats to have in Washington, D.C. and across the country. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So through this accomplished career, can you share a lesson or a moment that was pivotal for you in defining your path or stepping out of your comfort zone, whatever it might be?
Yeah, gosh. I would say, if I go way back, but it has resonated throughout, is that hard work matters. There is no substitute for hard work.
It really does. It matters a lot.
It matters. And for me, perhaps it started when I went to law school. I was like a fish out of water. It was at Columbia. I was amongst all these intellectuals, and then there was me. And so I realized that it was through hard work and effort that I exceeded and excelled. I then went to what was then called a white shoe law firm at White & Case, a fantastic place, but had to work super hard. And this was in the 1990s. Yeah. There were very few women in any finance role, whether it was law, banking, you name it. And I found early on that through that hard work, you become a subject matter expert. So then people just want you because you are the expert. Yes. And for me personally, I have found that hard work is where my confidence comes from. So if you know you're prepared, and you probably know more than others in the room, a lot of confidence comes from that.
Yes, and I think that's so true. As a farm girl from New Jersey, I never thought I would be in mortgage finance either, so I really worked hard. And just as you said, people will tap you on the shoulder, and it does build your confidence because you get, I call it sure footing. You know what you're talking about, and I think that's great. Yeah. So can you tell me, what was your biggest career risk? Is it this job or a job leading up to this job?
Yeah, no, look, the biggest risk was leaving my practice. I mean, I was a partner at this very prominent global law firm, White & Case. I was very successful building a international project finance practice with global clients. It was very lucrative for the firm. If there's anyone from the firm, they still say that's her legacy, this entire new practice group. You know, as this is also for women to know, it was serendipitously. There was a client in Chile. Nobody wanted to go. I was a new partner. They're like, give it to the new partner. I went, and this client turned out to be the subsidiary of a major Spanish conglomerate that turned out to be an amazing client of the firm. So I would say that was probably the risk when I left that. And it was also colleagues that I loved. I mean, I grew up at the firm, and to leave to go do affordable housing, totally domestic, didn't sound as sophisticated, for the lack of a better word. And one thing I found, that in housing, in finance, it is just as complex as any other major project finance I worked on internationally. And guess what? There's mission, and there's purpose, and there's people. So I consider myself pretty lucky that I discovered this part of finance and housing and Fannie Mae. So Fannie Mae was the easy one. The risk was that making that shift from international, global to a very domestic and very purpose-driven area.
That segues so nicely into my next question, because what I've read is this generation coming into the workforce, the younger generation, really are attracted to jobs with a mission, right? Where you can give back, or they believe in the mission of the organization. So my final question to you is, what advice do you have for anybody listening who's a leader in our industry? What do we need to do to attract and retain younger talent?
Yeah, look, I have so much hope in this generation. I think they are purposeful. They work just as hard as we did, and they want something more, and they want to give back, and they want sophisticated work. So I think as leaders, we need to explain the why, make sure young people know how they fit into the organization. So Fannie Mae, 8,000 employees, every single one contributes to our mission. When I look at our engagement scores at Fannie Mae, I've never seen scores so high. They're in the 90s. And when you ask why, the number one reason is our mission. And this is 8,000 employees. So I think as leaders, making sure that the company and everyone there understands why one exists. In the case of Fannie Mae, we exist to make housing opportunities available to all. And knowing that you all contribute to that mission, I think people leave there and they feel they're bigger, they're contributing to something bigger than themselves. And we just have to make sure they understand where they fit in.
Yes. Well, first of all, I spent 21 years of my career at one of the GSEs, and I am thrilled that we have a woman leading one of the GSEs. So thank you for agreeing to take the job, the job that you will do for all of us. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, Priscilla, to sit with me today.
Great to be here. Thank you.